Okay, this is my archer video. I've mastered the archer and have the mastery costume. It's this hunter coat. Put on an eye patch. It's looking good. So I thought I'd go over my damage build and how it plays.
Burn corpses.
Generally, I've spec with wildfire and electric shot, which I find is very good AoE damage. This is on hard, a ×3 adventure node.
Excellent. You managed to disable the altar of fire.
One of the main advantages of the archer class is that its abilities are slightly longer range than all other classes. The range is 35 meters on most of the archer skills. And this helps in a lot of ways, especially in PvP. It's good for a crit damage spec, as the archer gets a lot of hits and dots.
I don't remember anyone requesting to research this area of the reserve. Must be those treasure hunters again.
And so it works rather well. A fun class to play. Fun in PvE and PvP. For burst damage, the Kinetic and Warlock still might do more damage to bosses, but the Archer's still going to be a pretty competitive DPS class.
Bodies. What killed these poor people? It's unclear.
I put electric shot on 2 enemies in a group, and this will allow the electricity to arc twice, doing extra AoE damage in situations like these.
Done. Altar of water is disabled.
So let's go over my talents and skills and such. So I'm using electric rapid fire. It costs no concentration, even though it says that it does in this tooltip, but it has a cooldown of 35 seconds, while burning rapid fire has no cooldown but costs concentration. Electric rapid fire will also stun the target while you're shooting them, so it is one of the main abilities in PvP to do damage. And because of talents, it does 20% more. So it equals about the same damage as burning rapid fire and stuns the target while casting no concentration. So I think that's a pretty good deal. Yes, this electric burns is what ups the damage on it. While they're stunned, they will take 20% damage from every source, so if you have burning on them or electric shot or other people hitting the same target, you will do 20% more damage. So electric rapid fire is my choice here. The only bad thing about it is a stun, so it will not affect bosses at all, which is, I think, kind of an oversight. It should do something to bosses, but this talent and electric rapid fire won't do extra bonus damage to bosses. This ability here also ups the damage. Biting Flame. This is one of the main damage increasing skills for the archer. Biting Flame will up burning damage and damage while people are burning. So it's a 12-second dot. It's one of the better dots in the game. So sharpened arrows, burning, and electric rapid fire will also inflict 62% more damage to burning enemies. And with burning, pyrophobia has a 20% chance every second to make them disoriented for 3 seconds. So it's good CC. They'll start running around, covering their head while they're on fire. But it only works once every 30 seconds, so you can't keep stacking it on them. But it's good opening CC to all your burning effects. Next, I chose Jump Shot over Double Somersault. Double Somersault is a cool move, but it takes longer and doesn't move as fast as Jump Shot. It also shoots a disorienting arrow, but since you're trying to get away with this move, it's a backward movement. It doesn't often hit. It's hard to hit with. Jump Shot is shoots an explosion. You'll get a little damage and move back faster. Now I tried Gas Cloud and Smoke Screen with the archer, and I find Smoke Screen is better mainly for PvP. You shoot it on yourself, and then for the duration of 10 seconds people outside the cloud won't be targeted. So if you're far away using your superior range to hit people, they're firing back. You use the smoke screen, you become invincible. They can't hit you until they move within the radius of the smoke screen. So it's kind of a defensive skill. Can confuse your enemies, and they won't be able to see you or shoot through the smoke screen, so you can get the drop on them and finish them off with electric rapid fire, something like that. And for the arrows, I chose electric and fire arrows over de-sharpened arrows. Electric arrows will give you a electromagnetic pulse, which is the charge ability, which is an AoE stun. So that is useful in many situations. It will also apply electric burns to big groups. So your group can take down an entire field of enemies while they're stunned, doing extra damage. It's a win-win situation there. And then fire arrows is a must-have for Archer AoE. Wildfire arrow is where I expect much of my damage. You begin a fight with Wildfire arrow and you begin at a very extreme advantage. For this choice, I have chosen Electric Barrier 2 over Trip 2. This is my defensive option. I've kind of put some talents into this as well. I have it lasts 4 seconds longer, and with Electric Barrier 2, it makes you immune to control effects while you're inside of it. So you can set up a little sniper position, put this down, give yourself extra defense. You can use your other attacks or your siege stance ultimate. For my equipment, I have my sight give me 40%, a bonus of 40% less damage while within Electric Barrier 2, so it's a defense option, defense bonus. The Archer is kind of a squishy class, and people will target you because they think you'll be an easy kill. But if you have defense options like Electric Barrier and Smoke Screen, you'll hopefully evade their ambushes and focus fire. For my bow, for the bonus on that, I went with the single shot applies accurate shot. This will put extra damage stacks. It's useful for taking down bosses quickly. Big enemies. A lot of the gameplay in Skyforge is taking down bosses, so you stack this on them, and then all your abilities will do 12% more damage after 3 shots of single shot. My amulets are mainly wildfire, arrow, and single shot. I would probably go for even more wildfire, arrow if I find some more good amulets. And then rings, I have strength, luck, crit chance, for the most part. Even though my symbol and order build uses impulse charges, it's mainly because I have kinetic, and kinetic needs impulse charges to up their damage with the kinetic symbol and talents. So I also use the, let's just check out the symbols here. I also use the impulse barrier. So for symbols, I mainly spec for damage. I use pain shock and paralyzing shock for more CC and damage every 20 seconds. It's a pretty good deal. And I have lacerating wound, impact, maximum recoil, and then my class symbols: shroud of light, cold calculation, gravitational perturbation. This is the impulse charge damage stacking symbol, so every time the impulse charge goes off, you get 10% damage. I have the paladin symbol, and that's mainly my talent build. It works pretty well in most situations. I've tried to max out the effectiveness of this build for damage. And it makes Archer one of the funnest classes to play,
The altar has been enabled
in my
quite
opinion.
recently, and the warden is already so strong. This is odd.
So, while fighting tougher enemies, like this mini-boss, make sure you keep your burning dot going on them. I use single shot to put that 3 stacks of damage on them. And proceed like that through most of the content. And you have some defensive options.
Splendid. Another altar disabled. That warden was very
With
nasty.
electric barrier.
But managed
While
to
standing in this, I have more defense. As I have that shield, I'm immune to control effects. Then also I can throw down this smoke screen, which makes everything outside of the smoke screen not able to hit me for 10 seconds. A very good defensive option. And then while burning, electric rapid fire will do a lot of damage and stun the opponent you're shooting. So that warden of the swamps there went down pretty quickly. Electric rapid fire. And then your C button is trip. which can be some extra CC. Something's next to you, you just kind of kick it. So you can take people from long range pretty easily with the archer.
A powerful warden. This is very suspicious. It shouldn't have spawned so soon.
Siege stance is excellent in PvP where you have an objective you have to defend or take. You can set up shop about, I believe it's 40 meters away. So you might drop your electric shield, go into siege stance, start firing away. See that archer hits a lot of times with burning, and with a fast single shot it will use your impulse charge, which will give me more damage stacks. And I use the pain shock. Quite nice. So I hope you enjoy your time with the archer.
I feared the warden would stop you.
If you have any differences in your build that you would like to
Everything's fine.
comment about, please do so.
I have detected an energy
And thanks
spike
for watching.
above the